Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of events have happened. We had Deku, and we also had Rhodey. These two encountered Titanium Man and his goons, the Guardsmen, Force and Shockwave. All they were missing was Detroit Steel. Now, that was challenging. Deku using his new and improved Iron Man armor, his heavy hitter suit, a modified version of the Mark II, he managed to take on Titanium Man, send the man running because his suit sustained damage, meaning he overheated the titanium, and it will need to be properly replaced. Now, that will take some time, and while Deku, he took down Titanium Man, in the best way of saying it, he also managed to take down Force. However, the way it looked to the people is not good. Right now, everyone's thinking that Deku used excessive force on this man, and that is a little ironic given his name. People think Deku crippled this man by attacking him, and that is further from the truth. Deku took the man's armor and disabled anything Hammer Industries can use to track it, and he took it apart to find out what happened. He found the remains of a bomb in the plate of the armor, and that means quite a bit. Hammer Industries was literally willing to almost kill one of their pilots to tarnish the name of Iron Man. And right now, the Avengers are looking for Iron Man, while people are concerned about what this does mean. War Machine has stepped in to protect the boy, and that does say quite a bit. But that also does mean a number of things. The armor wars have truly started, and somebody is definitely going to have to come out on top. Riri Williams was trying to improve her tech and become her own superhero. Meanwhile, Deku, he was trying to understand what actually happened, and he found out the truth. Titanium Man set him up. Hammer Industries set him up to look like the bad guy, and that means quite a bit. Now, there also was Sasha Hammer, the person who was really piloting the Titanium Man suit. Sasha, the girl in Deku's engineering class, the girl he is having emotions for, turned out to be the granddaughter of Justin Hammer. Now, with that being said, currently Deku, he does head to class the next day, and he does have a lot on his mind. Currently, things proceeding normally. Him working on his projects and trying to do what he can. Currently him with his headphones in, and they're actually a Sasha. She was going to come to school today. However, she made things quite clear to Izuku. Something came up, and it's kind of important. Family business, you know? And Deku, he didn't understand. Him and Sasha do want to talk, catch up more, and maybe spend some time together. I mean, this is the first real person Deku's met that he's liked this way. He's not used to it. He doesn't know. She's a gifted and beautiful mind, a compassionate person. But it feels weird. He doesn't understand these emotions going through his head. They mess with him, they confuse him. He doesn't know if it's because of what they mean or what they are, but his rational mind is having problems staying rational when he thinks about her. It's a serious problem. And that is where Deku's currently at. School gonna let up as Deku does head to the armory today. And that means quite a bit. Now, Deku does get a walk inside. As currently, where he's gonna walk down the staircase, he has a turn, pressing the button allowing the secret entrance to close. As currently Deku's to hear somebody. Him turning his head and seeing Pepper Potts. Her sitting there in a chair. And going to stand up. walking over and trying to ask Izuku exactly about what happened the other day because of what happened with Force. And Deku, yeah, he does look at Pepper, her bring her hands up, and talking about it. She had Friday brief her on a lot of things, show her the playback, and show her the information. And she does have to say, she's quite surprised by the outcome. Hmm? Listen, kid, I gave you trust because Tony wanted me to give you trust. I had skepticism in my mind. I don't think that you're the best one to carry on his legacy, but he does. I thought you messed up. Fredo, however, is telling me different. She said that there was remains of a bomb in the suit. People are going to view Iron Man a little bit differently. I've asked Rhodey about it, and he said someone wants to talk to you. Be careful if you're going to head out there again. I think the heroes want to talk to you. Also, they may try to bring you in. You know what that means? It means a number of things. Correct. Good. So you're not arrogant. At least you see that. Listen, Tony had a lot in mind, but you do have to remember, you don't have to carry on his legacy if you don't want to. Being a superhero comes with a lot of territory. I knew Tony for years. He sacrificed a lot being Iron Man. Okay? I do understand, Miss Potts. Good. So, I heard about your latest armor. What do you call it? Oh, um, I have plans for it to become a Hulkbuster eventually. But so far it's codenamed Gauntlet. Gauntlet. Yes. I know it sounds silly, but it's not there. Nowhere near what it needs to be. I already do have plans for a Mark III, and using the suit I obtained, I was gonna try and adapt more. Get more advanced. Good. But, Miss Potts, the fact that you're here, would I be able to ask something of you? That does all depend. Exactly what are you trying to ask me? A few things. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. If I could, I know it's a lot to ask for, but I need a proper power source. You want the arc reactor blueprints. If not just flat out one, maybe all of them, right? Stark Industries has become just a bona fide trophy case. That's not what I mean. No. I want to build one. Do you have any idea what that would cost? I do, yes. But if I find the blueprints, I can make one. I know I can. It would give me a proper power source, and I wouldn't have to worry about a lot. Listen, I get it. You're skeptical about me, but I wouldn't say Tony would trust me with it. I wouldn't lie to you like that. I would say he'd give me a chance. He already gave me one. I need something to help. Without it, I'm not sure. Izuku, I'll think about that. However, I will tell Friday what exactly she can give you. Listen, we're gonna walk over to the consoles and tapping down onto it, telling Deku, the console here is hooked up to a number of things, and it's actually hooked up to a small mainframe. However, there are certain people who can gain access to this. she's one of them. She can give him information, download it, and put it onto this mainframe. And she doesn't want him to understand. At any point, she could cut the cord and stop funding him. She already thought about pulling the plug on Iron Man, and that's an issue. Tony's legacy shouldn't be tarnished. Try to make up for this. People think he's a criminal. Rhodey gives him the benefit of the doubt. Hand over the information he has to them, and then hand it over to the heroes. Maybe give him some trust. She knows that he's already given him a lot, and that to say quite a lot. He's coming around to Izuku. And Deku, he does get a nod. Right now, Pepper gonna turn, telling Friday she wants her to give Deku access to Stark blueprints. Her then saying a phrase, and then saying a password. And Friday, she does it a beep. Her going to make those sounds as Deku, he does stare at Pepper, a bit more unsure. He already had the ideas in his mind that she had a backdoor into his network. But this, it just confirms it. And right now she's going to leave, giving Deku one last word of advice. Tony Stark trusts him, but she is still coming around to him. Understand that. He can go at his own pace, but don't get ahead of himself. And Deku, he does it a nod. Her going to leave. Before Pepper does go to actually leave, she does do one thing. She's going to tell Friday. She wants her to understand this phrase and to enter it into her own systems. Her going to say something, and they're going to give a code phrase. Her saying it out loud, as Deku does to watch on. Him going to watch as Friday doesn't go to at least acknowledge the request she made. And right now Friday doesn't have blueprints pop up. Pepper going to turn and walk away. As Deku, he does at least walk over. Him seeing the designs for... No way. But this is... Oh my god. The magnum opus. This is designs for the actual arc reactor. Now, Deku, he does stand there in awe, alarmed and shocked. Him gonna do one thing. Currently, he has to pull out Whiplash's power source. I'm gonna sit it down. Deku is gonna tell Friday. He does want her to minimize the screen, pull up current power source, and then go to pull up former power source. Her gonna do so. Deku gonna at least try and get her to compare everything together. And remember Friday does gonna analyze a lot. Her going over the blueprints for the arc reactor, and then going to get at least compare multiple stats against it. And Deku, right now, he's trying to figure this all out. He does not have the resources to build an arc reactor from scratch. This is insane, though. I mean, with this blueprint, he can eventually get there. His power source can be better. No, more than better. Look at closer. No way. This is insane. He's got to get to building. Then Deku's mind. And Deku, he does is continue to think about a few things. I'm going to get Friday to try to fabricate something for a force field generator, and getting her to compare it to certain stats. And Deku, he has a lot going through his head. Currently him ripping out the force power source and the armor, and comparing it to Whiplash's and then his own. And Deku, he does continue to do this. Him doing so for a few hours, until Deku does get a phone call. Now, currently Deku, he is sitting there in his lab, him with some goggles on his face, as he is messing around with a power source right now. Friday going to inform him. Incoming call on his personal phone. Friday, I'm a bit focused. If I do make a mistake, it could be disastrous. Who is it? It is currently Sasha. Answer. Hey, Izuku. Hey, Sasha. What's up? Not a lot. Sorry I wasn't in class today. You're fine. Listen, we're gonna go on break soon. What's up? Oh, right. Sorry. I didn't know. No, they announced it today. I'm a little busy. What do you want? Deku going to say so a little bit more. Him focusing going to lower a piece down to his experimental power source right now. And Sasha does try to ask if he'd have any free time. Uh, maybe. Listen, I'm a bit busy designing a few things. Did you need something? No, I was just wondering if you wanted to go out and have lunch. Maybe go on a date? Uh, oh. They're going to turn and pull the goggles off of his face. Him going to actually lower them down onto his neck as he let them go. I mean, I might be free soon, but I just wasn't expecting that. Oh, sorry. I didn't. No, no, Sasha, it's not that. It's nice. I just was expecting you to ask me out. Was it wrong? Not really, no. We're both of intellectual minds. You're simply being direct with me. I can appreciate that. I just didn't know you liked me. What do you mean? Sasha, I think we both know what I mean. Fair point. People in class think that you're an asshole. Yeah, at least you're the first person to actually tell me I'm an asshole. I mean, I think I am too. Besides, we're just very direct and passionate about our projects. True that. So, hmm. I'll find out what day my calendar's free. Good. I mean, perfect. I'm glad. No, Sasha, you're fine. Listen, I'm a bit busy at the moment. I'm trying to come up with better designs for the gravity tech. Really? Do you need help? You can text me. I'm good right now. Listen, I'm trying to stay in my flow, so oh no, I do understand. Right. Maybe how about next Saturday? Next Saturday? Actually, no. How about this Saturday? It's fine. Yeah, that'd be okay. I'll see you then. Yeah, it'd be nice. Though, should I? We're gonna hang up. And Deku, he's a little bit more surprised. Him gonna bring his goggles back up onto his face and gonna turn back, telling Friday, okay, so he needs her to give him some better timing now. Because if this goes wrong, it's gonna blow up in his face. I'm gonna turn back. And currently there actually is Sasha, who doesn't sit there in her limousine. Her thinking, her taking a breath, and going to actually bring the phone up to her chest. Her going to turn back, expressing, now that that's all handled, she wants to talk to him. What is it? Listen, you need to understand where my grandfather's at. You understand every single thing he's done. And I do want you to know, your friend, Mr. Wilson, he is out of commission for right now. However, we may have something to change that soon. You're serious? Oh, yes, I very much am. Listen, my grandfather, Mr. Hammer, he does pay your salary. He pays your paycheck and is giving you this golden opportunity. And if you do betray him, he will not appreciate it. You do understand what he does have access to. You understand the tech he does have at his disposal. And you do understand exactly where I do stand when it does come to everything. If it does come down to it myself, I will hunt you down. I'll make sure you don't fuck with us. Alright? Your friend, Mr. Clayton, he's down. However, Mr. Sheed, I do want you to understand. Your opportunity is only there because we allow it to be. You will have another ally, another asset. However, we're going to have to monetize Detroit Steel as someone up front. As for whenever you do gain this new ally, it may be difficult for you to understand, but it will happen. Alright? Right. Listen, I don't really care. As long as I still get my chance and my paycheck, I like where I'm at. You see, we can both agree then. We both do see opportunity whenever we do have it, but we don't overstep our boundaries. I think Miss Steele can agree to that. Mr. Lancaster, I do believe that our business is done. You can leave. The man gonna step out of the limo, and currently the vehicle is gonna drive off. And there currently is Deku. Deku, he does continue his work. Right now, him making another new and improved power source, and trying to just lay low. He's trying to make a Mark III, and he's already had plans for it to be lightweight and portable. Though looking at the guardsman armor, the force armor, it's very weird. From what he doesn't understand, Tony Stark had a multitude of armors, and this one he doesn't understand the baseline for. I mean, it's airtight, but why would a suit of armor need to be airtight? It also has life support capabilities, and that's the weird part. The suit has the capabilities to have a possible oxygen supply, an oxygen tank, but that's the weird part. Why would you need any of that? Unless you're trying to go underwater or into the higher atmosphere. I mean, even possibly out in space. And that's the weird thing. Deku can see the capabilities of this suit. He's not doubting it, but he's remembering. This is basically altered Stark tech. So trying to find out what it actually could have been or meant to be is difficult. And Deku, he currently does look at different schematics. Him with a lot going through his head. And going until Friday. To make the necessary requirements for the Mark III to be portable. And to make sure the metals are strong enough for high capability impact. And Friday does it a beep. And Deku is going to tell her to modify it to be able to fit, and to make sure the metals are strong. Him thinking about the new power source involved in the suit. And that does go through Deku's mind. Currently, I'm going to sit down, as a lot of things are currently happening. And Deku himself, he doesn't think. He's going to meet up with Sasha. He's going to meet up with her and actually go on a date. he's not really too sure. That's the thing. Maybe you should ask his dad for advice? Right, right. That would help. Deku gonna leave. And they're actually so ridiculous to get home. Him, currently, going to actually eat some leftovers from dinner and trying to talk to his dad. And Hasashi, he's a little bit more surprised that Izuku wants to talk to him. As Deku does should ask him about advice about girls. And Hasashi, he currently is zipping his hand up. Him pausing the television and turning to Deku, asking him if he's, well, have a crush. Dad, it's a lot more complicated than that. Okay. Let me. I've been waiting for this my whole life. Let me just ask a question. You and this girl are going on a date. Yeah. And she likes you. Yeah? What's so hard to understand about this? Nothing, Izuku. It's just this girl is the same age as you, right? Yes, Dad. She's also in the gifted program. Listen, I just want some advice. Is that so hard to understand? Hasashi's staring at his son and thinking, this boy really doesn't understand who he is, does he? As for Hasashi just tell Deku, it's quite simple. Just be yourself. I mean, he could give him some advice, but that could possibly be the wrong idea. Especially if this girl actually does like him for who he is. He could tell Izuku, be funny, crack jokes, try to make her laugh, get her to smile, compliment her smile, and then go on from there. And then just tell her, she's pretty, she's nice, she's beautiful. He wants to see her again. Have confidence. Don't be scared of her. Don't fumble or mess up. There's a lot of things that he could tell his son. And Deku, yeah, he does appreciate some of the advice his father does give him. And some of it is a little less than stellar advice. Now, Deku, he does go sit at home and think about a few things. And whenever Saturday does get to roll around, he does go to see Sasha. Right now, something going to pull up in front of his house as he goes to look up. Him staring at it, a lot more surprised. Now, he does get to walk over. Him going to get in the car and asking her what's going on. As currently she's a turn trying to tell him she got her license. And she's quite happy to inform him that this was a gift from her dad. Her talking about it. And Deku, he does somewhat pay attention to the car. It's nice. It's new. It's definitely something. And Deku, here's a turn to her. Her going to drive off. As right now the two, they do go on a bit of a date. And Deku, he does try his best to be himself. Now with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.